悪霊退散.
As of today, October the 2nd, 2025, Xbox is officially dead. These guys had dropped the ball numerous times ever since the great console of Xbox 360. When the Xbox One came, it was over from the Kinect, from all the TV stuff they were doing, just constant flop after flop after flop. And sometimes it looked like things were going to head in the right direction because you would have Phil Spencer get on TV or on a podcast and talk about how things went so far and they want to bring it back and they want to do what's right. And for a very long time, people was rooting for him, like, yeah, we need the competition with Sony. Don't let Sony win. We're like 4 or 5 years later, and Xbox did nothing but get worse. The console that no one wants is the most expensive. Xbox raised their price and is now more expensive than the PlayStation. Mind you, Sony says that PlayStation 5 is their most successful generation ever, over 1.36 billion revenue so far. So while PlayStation is rolling in money, Xbox is making all of the worst decisions. They had this whole like image of being like super consumer friendly, and they were kind of the ones who were pioneering some of these consumer friendly practices. You talk about cross-play, Microsoft did that. You talk about cross progression, and it's all of these different things. Like they were kind of the ones who were leading the charge in that. But I don't know what happened like during the pandemic and after the pandemic where they just went south. They bought so many game studios and then never released a game. Who does that? PlayStation is now the reigning champion. And the last remaining thing that Xbox had that was keeping players was the Game Pass. The Game Pass was incredible. It was amazing. It kind of was seen as the future of gaming, right? A lot of people believe that eventually all games will be basically a subscription service. Once like TVs or monitors become powerful enough, you won't need to buy a console. You could just buy the controller, a subscription, and then play. Kind of like Netflix does already with some of its games. That was seeming to be the future, and Xbox was paving the road. But with what they did a couple of days ago, they kind of just killed it. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will now cost $30 a month. That is a 50% increase. Everyone immediately after this, myself included, walked over to their computer and started canceling their subscription. So much so to where the website was crashing because so many people was going to it to cancel their subscriptions. I don't know if this is something that Xbox can walk back, because once people start canceling their subscriptions, I don't know if they're going to be so quick to rebuy in. I know I'm not. I was kind of considering getting rid of it already, but this was just Xbox saying go ahead and do it. And then now if you take into consideration that all of the Xbox games will be on PlayStation, from Gears of War to Halo and whatever else they cook up, I mean, there's really no reason to go back. Xbox, with this final thing that they've just done, they might have just killed off Xbox. We know Microsoft was already considering getting out of the console game, and this may be it.